Thanks to the supporters of channel member Eduardo Franco. Remember how excited I was at the start of the save when I discovered we had a striker who scored 34 goals last season in the shape of Dan Creaney, and then how excited I was when it worked really well and he was scoring goals and everything was happy and nice. Well, remember when he broke his hip? He's now causing even more problems because he's in a mood that we've sold Jazz Singh to Wimbledon. He's leading a dressing room mutiny, and anyone who's played FM24 knows full well how much of a problem that can be in FM24. So I think in today's episode, 6 months into the season, I'm going to release him on a free transfer to make the problem go away. And I didn't think that was going to happen at the start of the season. Hello and welcome to part 7 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have our big FA Cup third round tie at home against Carlisle, and we also face Buxton, the water people in the league, who aren't actually our title rivals anymore. Remember at the start of this, last time we played them, we were first and second. Buxton fallen apart since I switched to Evian. They just can't cope. Since you were last with me, we can cope. We're still winning lots of football matches. We're still in the FA Trophy. We're obviously still in the FA Cup. We've actually not conceded a goal for ages. Remember when we couldn't stop conceding goals? It turns out fixing the defence, big brain move, because we don't concede goals anymore, which is lovely. But as mentioned in the intro, we do have a problem. Dan Creaney, yeah, that Dan Creaney, the one with the broken hip who isn't going to really play for the rest of the season anyway. He's now unhappy at the sale of dressing room leader Jazz Singh, who, as we know, broke the all-time record appearances for Tamworth and then was sold to sit on the bench for Wimbledon on a pay rise. But the problem with Creaney being in a mood about that is several of our main players agree with him. So in order to make this problem go away, because this has only just happened, Singh left on the 1st of January, it's the 6th of January, I'm offering Dan Creaney a mutual termination. He's not going to play for the rest of the season anyway. He's out of contract at the end of the year. Yes, I'd like to keep him around. 10 goal contributions from 15 games, a 7.26, 3.5 star player. He's a good player, but he turns 30 in the summer. He's suffering from a long-term injury that we don't know how he's going to recover from. And fingers crossed, we're going to be playing in the league higher at a level he's never got anywhere near playing before. This is already the highest level of football Dan Creaney has ever played. And he broke his hip and led a mutiny. So I think, it pains me to do it. It feels bonkers to do it. I can't find him. We're going to offer him a mutual termination and see what he says. I had a chat with Dan Creaney earlier today, and the player wants to know why you tried to terminate his contract, as he sees himself as an important member of the squad. Oh no, I may have made it worse. As Creaney is a highly influential player in the squad, you need to consider the impact on the rest of the squad should you fail to appease him. You may also wish to consider asking Jordan Cullinane Liebird, my boy, to speak with Creaney. Yeah, please, Jordan, can you go and fix this, please? You're 6'3", just intimidate him. Dan Creaney's business is his own. I see. I'll see what I can do instead. Oh, God, what have I done here? Oh, God, what have I done? Okay, actually, no one agrees with him being in a mood about this. They're still just agreeing with him about the other thing. Why did you try to terminate my contract? Because you've got no hip and you're being a troublemaker. Why isn't that an option at the bottom of the screen? Unfortunately, your injury means we can't afford to keep you around. Injuries are temporary, class is permanent. It's tier 6, mate. What a sentence for a tier 6 player to say. I'm going to have to appease him, aren't I, to avoid making this worse. I got it wrong and I apologise for that. You haven't handled this situation well at all. I may as well have just dug in then. Oh, God, what have I done here? Oh, I've literally doubled the problem. Okay. There's now even more players who agree with him and think I'm a monster. None of this is helped by the fact, by the way, that all the ones who are out of contract at the end of the season that I've decided I don't want, I've both transfer listed them and set them for release so that we can come back below our budget for committed spending and go out and get some players in January. I really won't need to now, though. on the whole, club atmosphere is still pretty good. My manager support is falling, and Dan Creaney, very much a problem. I mean, his future at this club, absolutely untenable. We set him for release as well. Did we set... I mean, yeah, he's obviously not sticking around at this point. We set him for release, and, I mean, that, again, do we just stick him down in the youth team? There is no youth team, but, I mean, he's injured anyway. Let's just pretend he doesn't exist, lads. Yeah? Dan Creaney? Never heard of him. No one by that name here. Let's go play Carlisle. And remember, the FA Cup run is all about money. We've got £600,000 in the bank. We've actually got a little bit of spare wage budget now as well. So hopefully we are going to be able to bring some new players in. If not today, then in tomorrow's episode. But we can dream here briefly. Carlisle are struggling. They're in rotten form. They're 23rd in League One. If there was ever going to be a chance for us to beat a League One club, this is that chance. And apart from Creaney, the rest of the team are all fit and ready to go and in form. So it's Mohammed in goal, a back four of Cullinane Lieberd, Idahen, Moyo and Donnelly, Kennedy and Milnes in midfield, Akwe, Shakuna and Finn behind Deacon up front. We went back to using Deacon because the midfield three work better playing off a target man. As much as LOLLUJO, it seems to be more of a goal scorer. I'm just using him off the bench, and he's still proving pretty effective. But this three need a target. They need Creaney. Who? Never heard of him. They need a target man to play off, and they do play better with Deacon, even though he's not necessarily a goal threat in his own right. But this should be another sold out match at the Lamb. Oh my word, Carlisle look quite good. Luke Plange, a name from non-league to legends, passed there up front for them as well. Yeah, this is potentially going to be troublesome today, although we've got a free kick and we've got the non-league James Ward-Prowse. Can he stick it in the top corner? Oh my word, he nearly could. It's pushed over the crossbar by the Carlisle keeper. We've got a corner, and Cullinane Lieberd is in double figures for goals already, largely from these set pieces. We're in swinger, he's looking for him, don't find him first time. Finn plays it back to Moyo now, floats it back over. Shakuna is there, and it's pushed round the post by the Carlisle keeper again, and it's another corner. We'll just have corners all day long, please. Just aim for the big boy. We're after Cullinane Lieberd here. Corner comes in again. It's Donnelly, the right back, is the one who gets on the end of it. It's a glancing header from him, but unfortunately straight at the goalkeeper. I've just seen the attendance. We are a sold out Lamb. It's only 4,500 people, so we're not going to make masses of money from the gate receipt, unfortunately. I mean, if we were to hold them to a draw, it is a replay. I don't know what kind of attendances Carlisle get. It's quite a long way for us to travel, and I don't think we need to worry about it anyway because they're doing League One things. The gap might just be a little bit too big for us here, and that's a very, very good goal. Dan Creaney, never heard of him. Dan Creaney is... We've not let him in today. He's leaning over that wall. I mean, how's he getting up a wall with one hip? He's sat on the little benches over there. We've not let him in. He's having a little look, though. He's just smugly going, Jazz Singh would have saved that. This man's an idiot. Lurking, hoping I get myself fired so that he can take over as manager. What he doesn't remember, of course, we are 10 points clear at the top of the league. So... I'm untouchable. I don't care if he's a superstar. I don't care if he's a 30-goal-a-season striker. I don't care. You're not sacking me, Tamworth. Yeah. We manage morale and all that. Right, Milnes with the free kick looking for Akwe. It's actually a rare poor free kick from the non-league James Ward-Prowse. And now Carlisle are swarming forward. We seem to commit an awful lot of men into their half there, and we didn't really seem ready for the counter-attack. Although, to be fair, they took the sting out of it all by themselves and have decided to just knock the ball around a bit, probably enjoying the opportunity for some possession. This is absurd. How have they done it twice? And Finn back, by the way. We signed him for like 30 million in last year's non-league to legend. But that's absolutely ridiculous that we've been beaten with two absolute screamers. Is this just Football Manager's new way of making sure the team from the higher level beats the team from the lower level? We'll just do them with unstoppable shots that they never would score. I mean, if they're capable of scoring goals like that, how are they 23rd in League One? Because I don't care what league you're in, no goalkeeper in the world is saving that second goal. That was absurd. Doesn't do it in the league, though. Just saves it for us. What a monster. Right, Deacon turns. This is what I'm talking about with Deacon. I mean, that was a little bit heavy, but that's a demonstration of how we need the target man with this attacking midfield three that we use. He drops deep. He's a target man on support, drops deep, holds the ball up, and then plays it off to the other three. So you usually have one of them playing it into him, or it's maybe played into him from the midfield like it is here. And then he's usually the furthest back of the three. He's almost like the attacking midfielder behind this front three that we've got. And we saw it in action there. Deacon drops deep, lays the ball off to Akwe, and then Akwe goes and scores. But this is why we need the target man. It's not all about necessarily having the best player in every position, because I would suggest LOLLUJO probably better striker, better goal scorer, doesn't fit as well into this system, which, by the way, still don't really like the system. It goes against everything I stand for. We're just getting the ball up to the big man and then playing in the wingers and the attacking midfielder. I don't like being this direct. I don't really like focusing on getting the ball out wide and getting crosses in. I like to play nice, fast-paced, high-tempo passing football with high pressing. You know what I'm like, but it works for this squad. And it's been working for us so far this season. And you know what? At 2-1, there's always a chance that we could get Carlisle starting to doubt themselves because they are in such rotten form. And of course, we are in such good form. Dornelli wins the ball back there. And there is Finn playing it over the top to Shakuna. Shakuna is through, and he just couldn't find the finish that the Carlisle players were able to find earlier in the match. And I can't help but think it feels a little clumsy from the match engine there, because I can't help but think if that had been a league match, Shakuna scores there, just like if it had been a league match, Carlisle don't score the 2 goals they've scored. I don't know. I don't know that playing lower league opposition immediately means you can hit screamers in from the edge of the area consistently, and everything we hit, we miss. It just feels a little clumsy. I mean, that one's fair enough. He's hit it very hard. I mean, Mohammed has not had a very good day, has he? All this kerfuffle about selling Singh. I mean, Singh absolutely needed replacing, and you just saw the run of form that we've had in the league, the run of matches we've had without conceding a goal. So the goalkeeper at the back four that we've got now are definitely an improvement on what we had at the start of the season. But Mohammed, not necessarily a League One quality goalkeeper at this stage of his career. Right, let's take off Finn. We can bring on LOLLUJO on the right-hand side, get his finishing involved. Gascoigne is going to come on and play in midfield. And then I think we're also going to take off my boy, Cullinane Lieberd. Willits can come on. Idehen can go out to left back. We're allowed to make 5 changes in the FA Cup, so we can make a few and then still save a couple. Not that we've got loads to do. Everyone involved in the squad is everyone registered to the Tamworth Football Club, apart from Creaney. Never heard of him. Everyone apart from him is in the matchday squad today, and we've still got 2 gaps on our bench. We are in desperate need of some more players, especially if some of the ones that we're trying to get rid of do move on as well. But that's a worry for after this match. For now, it would just be nice if we could maybe force the replay. Seems like a long shot at this point, but if we could, there's money in it for us, and we love money. Why did we not get to see that corner happen? Probably because Cullinane Lieberd has gone off and we don't have that aerial threat from them anymore. I mean, we still have some big players, but he is definitely the man who does who makes the corners as threatening as they are every time we get one. Right, let's offer a little bit of encouragement again to the boys. Carlisle knocking the ball around like they're Manchester City here. It's ridiculous. And Plange fires wide, but they've suddenly turned into really clinical finishers. An XG of 1.34. They've scored 3 goals. So love that. Shakuna's going to come off now. Jamie Jellis can come on for him, and then we'll take off Dornelli. Matt Curley comes on for him. There's all our substitutions made. Poor old Williams, the only outfield player registered to the football club who doesn't get to play against the League One opposition today. And now Idehen playing at left back now, of course, plays it forward to Akwe. And now Milnes back to Akwe again. Akwe's had a decent game. He's the only one, really, who's looked like he wouldn't be out of place playing at this level of football on a regular basis. Akwe beats his man, turns him inside and out, and then rather than playing it across to Deacon, which he probably should have done, he goes for glory again for the second time. And now we do get to see a corner. It's going to be the non-league James Ward-Prowse. Milnes to take. Can we get one back to save a little bit of face? Deacon is there, but the header, unfortunately, straight into the hands of the Carlisle goalkeeper. goalkeeper. That was probably our last chance of the game to get back into it. And actually, if we look at the match stats, if we look at the XG, we've not embarrassed ourselves against League One opposition there. We've been a little bit unlucky on the day. We are out of the FA Cup, but importantly, how much money did we make? We had about 600,000 in the bank before that match. This is what I mean. This is why we needed the big away game. When you've not got the prize money as well. I mean, it is a good amount of gate receipts. I mean, we've made £56,000 in gate receipts, plus another 20 grand of match day income there. We've had as much match day income as we had in all of last month in that one match. So 75 grand for one day's work is good. But imagine what the big away. I mean, we can work with this. We're fine. We can work with this. I would like some more budgets now, though. Please, board. Please and thank you. Let's go and play. Who are we playing? Oh, of course, the water people. Let's go and play the water people. Kev's a genius. He's gone. Why do I need to mutually terminate him? Why do I need his permission to release him on a free? He's out of contract at the end of the year. It cost us like 3 grand to pay off his contract. So we paid off his contract. Dan Creaney is gone. It's a shame it's had to end like this. But releasing him, we've immediately gone back up to good managerial support. I noticed that, unlike in previous versions of FM, moving him down to the youth team didn't stop all of the players in the first team showing support for him. So I'm not into any of that. Morale is so much of a big deal in this year's game that he's done. He's gone. He was causing problems. He doesn't need to be here. We've paid him off. We've told him to stay at home. And now I guess we need to go and sign somebody, because this is our entire player base. We have got 18 players at the football club. Transfers incoming for tomorrow, I am sure. But for now, let's beat the water people. It's Mohammed in goal, a back foot. In fact, I mean, what am I doing? You know who the 11 is. Like I have any other option. It's these boys that always play. Remember them? Yeah, it's them, because it's always them. Let's get the team submitted and go and beat them. I know there's probably going to be a couple of people as well in the comments giving it the Kev, that wasn't very realistic, releasing Dan Creaney. So allow me to translate it into role play speak for you. Shakuna, what man Shakuna is. What a man Shakuna is. In real life, he is injured until the end of the season. So realistically, he ain't coming in anyway. We're a part-time team. He's got a full-time job Monday to Friday, and he's broken his hip. You know, he is not turning up for training on a Thursday night to hang out with us lot and be a ringleader and cause problems. So for a start, it doesn't necessarily get to this point. But if it does get to this point, again, it's a non-league club. The man is out of contract till the end of the season. I'm literally just going to say, and important note, can't play again this season because of his broken hip. If he's causing problems, I literally am just going to say to him, forget you then. You know, off you go. Don't need you anymore. Stay away. Go home. We might not formalise a free transfer contract situation. We might not have paid him off. We might have just told him to stay away and carried on paying him his £150 a week he was getting. But that's basically what we've done here. We've just given him that £150 a week in advance and told him to stay home, and he's not part of the group anymore. So actually, from a role play perspective, from a realism perspective, I still think it's fine. And I think it's what I would have done. I'm not going to be undermined by some. I don't care if he scored 34 goals last season. He's injured. We had doubts about keeping him anyway. We had doubts about whether he's going to make the step up to the National League next year. So he's done. He's gone. I'm comfortable with it. I'm pretty happy. Ty Deacon, look, he's loving life. He's grabbing a goal because he knows he's now suddenly ascended to being the club's first choice striker. Not just when Creaney's injured. He is the senior centre forward at the football club. Step up, Ty Deacon. There he is, grabbing a goal. Lovely, lovely, lovely. 10 points clear at the top of the league. And this is our focus for the rest of the league. Now, obviously, we've still got the FA trophy as well. But, I mean, if we have a decent run in it, that would be nice. But I'm really not that bothered. There's not really any money in the FA trophy until we get to the final. I'm not really one to want a piece of silverware. It's all about getting the team up the leagues, and to do that we need money, and we can't really make much money. The non-league James Ward-Prowse has just missed. He might be losing his title in a minute. This is not okay. But what I should be able to do now with Creaney gone, with Singh gone, and with a bunch of other players set for release, and of course it is January as well, so there's the possibility that we could ship some of the transfer listed players out as well, because the league clubs are now within their transfer window, and we've seen with Jazz Singh, they're more than willing to take our reserves and make them their reserves. He's made a step up of 2 leagues, despite the fact he wasn't getting our team, and he's 33 years old, and he's trebled his salary in doing it. So I think the possibility is there for us to shift a couple more of these guys out that we don't necessarily want to keep around, and maybe bring in 3 or 4 new faces to start to freshen the team up, start to pad the squad out a little bit more, maybe bring in some players with a view to next season. And I mean, I know it's only January, you can't count your chickens before they're hatched, but I think realistically, we probably do need to be starting to plan for life in the league above next year. We're 10 points clear at the top of the league. Let's bring in some players who are going to be able to make the step up with us. That's the goal now. And fingers crossed, I'll be introducing you to some of them in tomorrow's episode. Watch it just be a couple of loans because no one would sign for us, or anyone who was good enough to improve us wanted £800 a week or something ridiculous. We've still got the smallest wage budget I think I've ever worked with in Football Manager, so I don't know that we're going to be bringing in players that we can ride all the way to the Champions League, but we'll see what we can do. Cullinane Liebird on the left-hand side. I mean, he's looking for someone to kick it to. There you go. He's just kicked it really far. Not towards anyone in particular, but jealous with the effort for the edge of the area, and unfortunately can't keep it down. But we've been very comfortable there today. There's never been any doubt. Comfortable 2-0 win. 10 points clear at the top of the league. We are cruising. Let's look at that league table. We're going to get some games under our belt now, I think, because we're looking good. So we'll probably stop maybe halfway between here and the end of the season just to let you know what's going on. But I'm thinking now, 2 days' time, we wrap this season up, because there's no point stringing it out when we're doing as well as we are. If you've enjoyed that, stop. Don't end the episode. No, breaking news. This has happened. There were rumours that Bob might be on his way. Poor old Blob. There were rumours that Bob might be on his way, but I kind of ignored them because you get these rumours all the time. But this just happened seemingly out of nowhere. We have a new chairman. Zoe Edwards has taken over the club. Chairperson, I guess. Oh, I'm going to get in trouble, aren't I? They're happy with how I'm getting on. Club vision has remained the same, all that kind of stuff. But the big thing is, Zoe has offered me a new or is offering me a new contract, wants to offer me a new contract. Yes, please. I'd like the new contract, please, Zoe. Can we have a big one? Oh, you see me sign a player as well. It's all kicking off, but here's my new... I was hoping for a pay rise. Another year at the Snowdome for me, I guess. Can I have an extra 20 quid, maybe? No, I can't. Well, an extra tenner. Wow. I can get a Holiday Inn breakfast once a week that I couldn't get before. Outstanding. You can end the episode now. That wasn't what I was hoping for. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.